marketing trends can change suddenly. Your marketing strategy should change with it. Let your data lead. Visit the page to learn more.
Hello, welcome to Ad Age Remotely. I am your host, Senior Technology Reporter Garrett Sloan, and joining us today is Arthur Leopold, Cameo's Chief Business Officer. Cameo, for those who still don't know, is an app for celebrities, large and small, to talk with fans for a fee. So everyone watching out there on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, please send us your questions. And I want to thank Salesforce for making this live stream possible. Now, thank you, Arthur. Please join us.
Hey, Garrett. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for doing it. I'm very excited to have you on and talk Cameo.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. I wanted to start off right off the bat with you because yesterday you made some news with Thomas, the Tank Engine, which is a new character you've brought into Cameo, which, as I said, is an app you just use to sort of hire celebrities, and now you can hire Thomas the Tank Engine. I wanted to know what this was about.
Chugga, woo-hoo. I'm
Chugga
Thomas.
chugga woo woo. Yeah, so we have 45,000 celebrities on Cameo, and as we've democratized access to celebrities for fans to connect with them directly, we realized that there was a huge opportunity for us to do the same for kids. And one of the best ways for us to engage kids for their birthday or for the holidays or for those special moments was to do so through the characters and the animated IP that they love so much. So we partnered with Mattel to bring Thomas, one of the most legendary characters of all time. I personally grew up loving Thomas, still do to this day, to wish kids, happy birthday or good luck and congratulations on potty training and, happy holidays or have a great Thanksgiving. So we worked with them to create an AI-powered character that is now on Cameo and bookable for your kids, your nephews, your nieces, your friends. And the amazing thing about this is that because it is AI powered, we're able to create an unlimited amount of cameos that are hyper personalized to the individual. So your kid's still going to hear their name, they're going to learn about their special moment or their congratulations for their special moment from Thomas.
Do you have to be a kid to hire Thomas, or can I hire him for my friends if I just as a joke or want to have fun with it? Did you set an age limit or what?
We did not. The Thomas fan base is a large and nostalgic fan base, and I bought one for one of my friends who I know grew up on Thomas, and he was so happy when he received it today. So anybody can receive one.
And yeah, it's an interesting prospect. This is intellectual property. So you're setting this up with Mattel. You've done some of these before, like with Boss Baby, I guess, with DreamWorks. Is this sort of a new venue for you to do it this way with intellectual property? And does it change sort of the deal terms for how Cameo works? Yeah,
so the IP is coming on as talent. So not too dissimilar from when Snoop Dogg or Lisa Leslie or Tony Hawk joins the platform, right? Like they come on as talent, they can do an unlimited amount of cameos because it's powered by AI. And for the studios and the brands, they see this as an opportunity to turn their fans into super fans. So Boss Baby or Thomas, or in the future, whether it's a Barbie or a Paw Patrol, they've never had that one-to-one interaction between a fan and the IP. The fans are used to playing the games or, playing with the toys, but they've never had the talent actually speak to them. So the studios see this as a huge opportunity to create bigger fans that will then, of course, become be more loyal and want to spend more money on other experiences or games or shows or toys. So for them, it's a new revenue stream. And for us, we're fulfilling our mission of creating the most personalized and authentic fan connections on Earth through IP that previously was unattainable and impossible to connect with.
Are there any other characters coming on board? Like you mentioned, maybe Paw Patrol or some others. Which ones would you be looking forward to in the year ahead?
We have a number of characters that are on the slates and will be coming out in the first quarter. And we're constantly looking for opportunities to bring these animated characters that have such passionate fan bases to life and bring them on Cameo.
And this was part of Cameo for Business, which was a story I sort of covered earlier this summer, how you're developing a business side to what you're creating at Cameo.
Yeah, absolutely. So the fastest growing part of Cameo is our Cameo for Business line. And what we've done on Cameo for Business is we've enabled any brand in the world to have direct access to celebrities. So just as we democratize access to fans and for fans to connect with talent, we believe that we could layer on the ability for brands to connect directly with celebrities through our marketplace. So the current process for brands to work with celebrities or influencers is really challenging. There's tons of middlemen involved. There's a full-blown pricing opacity, and it makes it prohibitively expensive for brands to try to get out there and get recognizable talent to participate in their campaigns or their ads. But with Cameo, they can work with our team, and all the pricing is directly listed on talent's profiles. And the talent, because they have the Cameo app and they're so used to doing the cameos for friends or for birthdays or for funny moments, they just get a request on their phone and they're able to fulfill either a commercial request or a shout out for an internal company event directly from the Cameo app.
So yeah, which ones have you seen lately on that? Because I've covered a few. We've seen a few different ones. Some of the Office stars are very popular. Like they'll hire them. I've seen Brian Baumgartner, I believe, has done internal office communications if you're at your company. So there's one way to sort of hire a celebrity for your company to sort of talk. And also there's also a way to hire the celebrities for your ad campaigns. There's sort of different tracks. Which one are you seeing the most pickup with?
Exactly. So we see two verticals that we're hyper focused on right now. It's the events and internal use case. So it's enabling companies to bring Brian Baumgartner or Kevin from The Office into their company all hands, or shout out their sales team at their global sales kickoff. And that level of engagement is so needed, especially in this remote or hybrid model where people are over Zoom and they sit on Zoom all day long. So to be able to properly engage your employees through bringing celebrities to shout out initiatives or individuals has been really powerful for companies. So we've done that with LinkedIn, with Salesforce, with Adobe, with Home Depot, tons of the Fortune 500 companies. And then the fastest growing and most popular use case is the marketing use case. Given the current environment, it's really challenging for brands to spend money profitably on social, and with Apple's tracking changes. So brands want recognizable faces to add to their campaigns. They want really great creative. And because of that, they're now realizing that just as they received a cameo for their birthday or bought one for a friend for an anniversary or a special moment, they can now get that talent to do a commercial asset that the brand can then use in their Facebook ads or in their customer marketing and lifecycle marketing. And given how recognizable these individuals are, it enables brands to have better CAC, better return on ad spend, because it's thumb-stopping content, and people are used to getting a cameo for a birthday, and seeing how personalized it is resonates really well with audiences.
Are there any stars that are coming up? Like we mentioned, the Kevin Malone from The Office star. He was a surprise breakout early. Are there any ones that I'm just sort of missing that are randomly popular on Cameo, like just starting to pop off? Interestingly enough.
Yeah, there's 45,000 celebrities on Cameo. In the NFT crypto space, the Island Boys of all people have been incredibly popular. But then you have people like Cedric the Entertainer, one of the most legendary comedians of all time, or Kenny G, the greatest saxophonist of all time. They're so excited to connect with brands and share their thoughts on a product, or shout out a sales team, or do an internal meeting for a company. And that's been amazing for the talent, because they can now have more access to brands that previously found it challenging to get in front of them.
Yeah, and you're on Cameo as well, Arthur, right? I can hire you even. Have you gotten any requests?
I think I'm a couple dollars. Every employee at Cameo, and we have about 430 or so employees, has a Cameo account, and we like to test and use our own product as much as possible to provide feedback and ensure that our customers and the 45,000 celebrities on Cameo have a great experience. So I am bookable and happy to do cameos.
One of the perks of the job is you get to be on Cameo.
Exactly. It's a whole new revenue stream. I think I make about $12 a year on it.
That's your bonus.
Exactly.
Now, before we get into the rest of our interview, I wanted to take a break for our sponsor, Salesforce, and hear from them, and we'll come back to join you shortly, Arthur.
Great.
Marketers don't need a crystal ball when they have real-time insights. Let your data lead. Visit the page to learn more. Marketers.
Hello again. Welcome back, Arthur Leopold, Chief Business Officer at Cameo. I'm Garrett Sloan, Senior Technology Reporter at Ad Age. This is remotely. Welcome back, Arthur.
Great to be here.
Thank you again. And one of the things I did want to get into, this was funny, Christopher McDonald, he talked about stars on Cameo. He seems to be Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. And you're doing a marketing push with him where he reads rejected Cameo requests, ones that he might not accept if they came into his inbox. And I was listening to some of his rejected cameos, so those were pretty funny. Have you come across any interesting cameos that, not for you personally, just any stories around the office maybe where people are talking like, oh, that was a weird cameo, or one someone actually did that was interesting?
Sure. We've done millions of what we call magical moments. A magical moment is a cameo. It's the only consumer product in the world that elicits laughing and screaming and smiling and sharing every time somebody gets it. So when you do millions of cameos, you're able to. There are a lot of fun requests. So everything from breakups to proposals to people coming out to their parents to a lot of individuals who are looking to connect with celebrities when they're battling something that's really challenging in their lives. Shooter McGavin is a legendary character, and he is super recognizable, and he's very nostalgic, and everybody wants nostalgia these days. So Shooter gets some pretty incredible cameo requests from having to fire a bad boss as a joke to just reminding everyone to have a lot of fun on a bachelor party that they're going for a golf trip to. So there's a whole wide array of cameos, and people are obviously using it to connect with their favorite celebrities, and sometimes do so in a very sincere way, sometimes do it as a roast for their fantasy team or in a funny way.
Fantasy team roast, that's sort of like when you want to poke fun at your friends after they've lost a big game or something. You can do that. And so I wanted to talk about the advertising opportunities that are coming up. And before I did, we were going to show a company that I had covered, Portillo's. They've done some advertising through Cameo Stars. So if we can look at what they did and then discuss how maybe brands will start doing more of this, let's have a look.
Cool.
Hello, Portillo's fans.
Portillo's is coming out and they're launching their new spicy chicken sandwich with a creamy.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but giardiniera, okay?
Giardiniera sauce.
Giardiniera. Sounds good to me.
Giardiniera. No matter how you say it, it's good. Order the new spicy chicken sandwich with hot giardiniera sauce at Portillos.com or visit your local Portillo's.
So that's how you get cameos into your advertising spots. This was one of the first, I think. I mean, you haven't had too many of these yet, have you?
We've done thousands of these, tens of thousands now.
Tens of thousands
of what we call business cameos. So these are cameos that have a commercial license. And I'll share with you a fun story as to how this came to be. because I think it'll resonate very well with the audience. But about 2.5 years ago, Brett Favre was on Cameo and still is, and obviously super popular. A brand reached out to us, or a car dealership in Wisconsin, and said that they noticed in their commercial terms, or in our commercial terms, that you couldn't use a Cameo for commercial purposes, and they wanted to use a Cameo for a Facebook ad for a Labor Day sale. So we texted Brett, "Hey Brett, this car dealership wants to work with you. They just want a 30-second ad talking about the Labor Day sale. Are you down to do that?" And he said, "Sure, I'll do it for 10 times my normal Cameo price, so $5,000. We put a little button on his profile that said bookable for a brand or a business. And, he ended up getting booked 3 times that week. Of course, the car dealership received the asset. They loved it, and it performed extremely well for them. And that's when we realized that, previously that car dealership never had access to Brett Favre. And now, because of our marketplace, they have direct access. They can get the content from him to use in a in a social campaign or in an ad across digital channels. And if we could then create that level of connectivity between every talent on Cameo and any brand in the world, then we've solved for a lot of pain points that brands currently have. So just like we did with Portillo's, we've done that with Bud Light, with Coca-Cola, with Infinity, with hundreds of the world's largest companies, and they love the assets because they're raw, they're authentic, it's UGC, it's what people want these days, and it's stopping the scroll for brands.
And some of these are just, you could either put them on social media, share to your Facebook, or you could buy a CTV ad or anything you want with the creative. There are certain terms to the deals, and the brands can use them for a certain amount of time in any way they want, really.
So there are certain terms. So you have 30 days rights to the content, and you can use it across digital channels. And that includes Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, programmatic ad buys. Not CTV yet. That's something that we may do in the future. But if a brand wants to extend the license, then for us, we have an entire team that works with the talent, and they reach out to the talent and say, "Hey, would you like to do this asset, or do you want to do this more integrated campaign, or do you want to post on your social channels? The brand's willing to pay you XYZ." But the speed that we're able to work with talent enables brands to get content back usually in about a week. So from contracting and working with us to getting the assets to put into their commercials usually takes about a week, and that's unheard of when you're typically working with celebrities. And because of that, and because of the cost nature of this, the average business Cameo is about $2,000 to $3,000 right now. Brands are able to test, and they're able to buy many assets and see which talent resonate best across which platforms, channels, geos, demos, rather than blowing $100,000 or $250,000 on one talent or a couple talent that they're unsure of if that talent will even work. And typically that contracting process takes 3 months to a year, and it makes it really difficult for brands to work with talents in a quick, easy way and capture culture as it happens.
Now, you're also one of the first employees ever at Cameo, is that right?
Employee number 1. So we've been here for about 4.5 years, yes.
How'd you get to be employee number 1? That's a good place to be.
It's a great place to be. Steven, our CEO and co-founder, and Devin, our CTO and co-founder, we were best buds at Duke together. And when Steve came up with the idea, I was super passionate about it. I saw the need, being a big hockey fan myself, like the ability for me to connect with my favorite hockey player when I was a kid or even today would have been so magical. And so I ended up investing in the friends and family round and stayed very close with the progression of Cameo. And when I joined a few months later, I think we were doing a couple $100s a day in revenue. And we've built just an incredible team that has helped get Cameo into the zeitgeist and helped get Cameo, make Cameo such a part of culture to enable all these magical moments and this connectivity that previously wasn't possible for fans and celebrities.
And as head of business, this is your responsibility now to grow the business, really to take it to the next level. You just raised a lot of money too this year. Is that this is all under your purview?
Well, we have an entire team that's helping us grow the business. We have over 400 employees. So our product team, our talent team, our marketing team, our Cameo for Business team, and we're constantly looking for different opportunities to connect fans with celebrities and do so in a meaningful way, as well as connect businesses directly with celebrities. Cameo is the connection economy for both fans and brands, and we're super excited about that. And we raised our Series C back in March. We have incredible investors, from Lightspeed and Kleiner Perkins to Google Ventures and SoftBank, and now we just need to continue our explosive growth.
All right, and we did get a question in from YouTube, it seems. Rob at YouTube was asking if there are any interesting contract, how are you working with SAG and AFTRA through there? Is there something actors and celebrities need to know about that?
So the talent is liable for paying their SAG fees. If the brand is a SAG signatory, they are the ones that are responsible for that. The commercial assets, because this is a marketplace, that is on the talent and or the brands if they're a signatory.
And look, more questions piling in. Lindsay from LinkedIn is asking if there's a vetting process for the brands that participate.
Sure. We're not going to let any brand, utilize Cameos. With that said, it's up to the talent, right? So the talent want to be able to connect directly with the brands, and we're now providing them with visibility on the brand so that they know a little bit more about the brand. They can see the websites. So as we continue to grow Cameo for Business, we want to make both sides of the marketplace fully understand, the buyer and the recipient, so that they can have that one-to-one connection. And in the future, we want to make it easy for brands to have direct conversations with talent so that they can co-produce content together.
Now, what about ads inside of Cameo? Would you ever consider that? Can I promote my Cameo maybe with programmatic ads inside the app? Are you going to introduce anything?
We are not planning to do that at all. What makes Cameo so magical is that it is not an ad-supported platform, right? You go to Cameo and you want to be able to connect with a celebrity, and you don't necessarily want to be bombarded with advertisements. So we prefer for those to happen off-platform and for brands to be able to easily leverage celebrities for their content.
Could I ask if there is any way to think about how much revenue you could possibly generate in 2022? I know we talked a little bit about fundraising. Do you have any sense of what your revenue run rate is, if you're allowed to say?
Can't share that. We're a private company, but we expect to have pretty impressive growth in 2022, just as we've had this year. And one of our biggest growth levers is going to be our Cameo for Business vertical. We're investing tremendously in this, both on the product side and sales and account management and marketing side. Given we've grown 700% year over year on the B2B side, and we see how great this opportunity is, and brands are coming to us inbound on a constant basis. About 80% of our revenue right now is inbound, because brands are seeing their competitors or their other individuals at their company utilizing Cameo for events or marketing content, and they're saying, wow, this is amazing, the content's great, it performs better than traditional influencer ad content. So like Bud Light, for instance, when they put Cameos in social ads, they see 7 times higher engagement. The TurboTax sees 550% higher click-through rate. And that's because the content is raw, it's authentic, and it costs a fraction of what it typically costs. So we're making huge investments in Cameo for Business and our other verticals as well.
And I have to ask about, it's almost that time of year for the Super Bowl. Is there any way to have Cameo part of the Super Bowl? Can Cameo buy an ad into the Super Bowl? Can brands tap Cameo stars for the Super Bowl? Do you have anything in your mind for that?
We, we have a great place in LA. We were a Chicago-based company. We're fully remote, but we've always had a ton of employees here. We are a company that works with celebrities constantly. The Super Bowl is in LA, so we'll be doing a lot of special stuff around the Super Bowl. We don't have a Super Bowl ad this year. With that said, we've started to have some brands reach out, seeing how they can integrate Cameo, for their Super Bowl campaigns because of the nature of the content. And just like Coca-Cola chose Cameo as their holiday partner, you can now get Santas on Cameo to wish your kids a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Make sure that they're being nice and not naughty. And Coca-Cola is using Cameo to create that connection between fans, or between kids and Santa. That's the most legendary holiday brand. So we're excited about those types of opportunities for the Super Bowl.
But before we go, are all Santas Coca-Cola Santas on Cameo, or are there independent Santas?
There are independent Santas. Not every Santa is a Coca-Cola Santa, but they have. There's a Spanish Coca-Cola Santa. There's a French Coca-Cola Santa. And there's the legendary Coca-Cola Santa for an English audience as well.
All right. Well, Arthur Leopold, thank you again for joining us. It was a pleasure talking with you, and hopefully we'll get to talk again soon.
Thank you so much, Garrett.
Before we wrap up, though, I do want to say thank you to Salesforce again, making this live stream possible. Also, a special thanks to our production crew, Lauren Ciardio, Alfred Mascaroni, Arabella Breck, and Anna Sakula. Thank you all.